Good Friday afternoon, Caleb. It is Friday, July 31st, 2026. So we're going to be kind of wrapping it up. Kind of a wrap up for July. As you can see, I've got the Leica store open because had to beat back some gear lust this week. I've for a long time been shooting on the SL2S, which is good. I like it a lot. As you can see, I've got an M lens. I've got my Summicron 35 on here, or Similux Summicron. Good lord. Anyway, but I shoot with SL lenses as well. Got my old 2470 and all that good stuff. But anyway, I generally tend to shoot with this camera in Apple ProRes RAW, which I record onto an Atomos Ninja external HDMI recorder. And I've been pretty happy with that, for the most part. But every once in a while you do wonder about newer things, and that's where this comes in. As we can see, I used Leica SL3S, the newer version of my little SL2S. And what's different about it in terms of video? It can do a lot of interesting stuff. It can record ProRes internally, but not ProRes RAW internally, which kind of annoys me. So I was never super interested in it, except when it comes to the RAW mode on the SL2S. Hold the right side up. On the SL2S and also on the SL3S, HDMI RAW is limited to APS-C or Super 35 area of the sensor, even though it's full frame camera. So when you're putting a full frame 35 millimeter focal length lens on it, 35 here, you're cropping the center out of it. But one of the claim to fames of the new SL3S is full frame open gate. So you get the full 35 millimeter or 24 by 36 millimeter sensor recorded as a 6K open gate RAW file up to 29.97 frames per second, which is interesting. But then I thought to myself, well, in stills mode, if I go into the menu and set it to high speed 12-bit, it can record RAW, or it can take RAW photographs at 25 frames per second. And you might think to yourself, well, you just conform that to 24 and you've got 24p 6K open gate RAW. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Except for I tried it and it works, but it only gives you about 2 seconds of record time. As we can see here, you got that nice 2:3 ratio. Color looks real nice, even though it's dropped down to 12-bit RAW. It's still, DNG RAW, but 2 seconds per shot. So if you were really good at planning out your shots, this might be viable. I might do something interesting with it in the future. I've got my little noise reduction nodes. It wasn't really that noisy, even though I was shooting about 800 ISO. My noise reduction nodes are turned off just so we get, real-time playback. But yeah. Not sadly as useful as I had hoped. So, yeah. The new price isn't a whole lot more than the used price, but the camera got a little bit smaller, I think, body-wise. It got a flippy screen in back, which is, whatever, which made the buttons have to be rearranged. I don't know. And then the extra knob, I find just like dumb. Like, why is it there? You don't really need an extra knob. I don't know. Part of the joy for me of the SL as a camera is the minimalism. It's just a big chunk of aluminum with, not a lot of buttons and dials and crap all over it. So as you can see, nice, clean, minimalistic top plate. You got your little display on top. You got a little thumb wheel. You got your top wheel. You got plenty of custom buttons everywhere that you need them, but nothing extra, nothing that you don't need. So I don't know. I found the new SL3 to be a little bit much. I don't know. So yeah, long story short, not going to upgrade. We're going to learn to live without 6K open gate. Going to learn to live with, it's not even like a learn to live with thing. It's the ProRes RAW, even though it's in Super 35 crop, is real gorgeous in the SL2. So yeah, video specs, they look humongous and like all the stuff, but it's actually just, you know, there's not a whole lot that's really interesting to me. I would use probably the ProRes and HDMI RAW, which as you can see, APS-C, APS-C. I don't know why there's 3.5K RAW. I don't know that my SL2 does that, but why would you want 3.5K RAW? I don't know. Anyway, so you get OpenGate 6K or APS-C Super 35 crop, which makes sense because Leica is essentially saying that they're not going to pixel bin. Because to get 4K full frame RAW, like my Sigma FP does, to the external HDMI recorder, it's doing some sort of pixel binning. But anyway, yeah. So I uploaded my new short just now for the month. I had some of the infrared with my Sigma FP infrared rig, my little 40 mil with the R72 infrared filter. Oh, look at that. It's like a mirror. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit on the last video. So you can see what video looks like in infrared or faux infrared. It's infrared, but it's just, you know, not as good as it could be. But the reason I got this Letterboxd page up is, like I said, we're wrapping up the month and watched some library movies. First up is this one that we see over here on the screen. Yeah. They Will Kill You. As you can see, I gave it 2 stars. It was fine. Lead actress Zazie Beetz is super cute, but other than that, not a lot going for it. It had some interesting bits, you know, but it's on HBO Max, so if you want to watch it, check it out. And next up, we got this one, Deathstalker 2025. I didn't finish it. My wife and I were home alone the other night, and we popped this on for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I don't know, 30 minutes, and it was boring. It was cheesy and boring. So I might give it another go, but it was pretty crap, I thought. So I didn't rate it because I didn't finish it. And then last but not least, have not watched yet, In the Lost Lands by Paul W.S. Anderson. I'm not expecting much, but at the library I saw Dave Bautista and Milla Jovovich. Yeah. Saw them on the cover and thought, hey, why not? Why not indeed? So anyway, not a lot going on for me this week. I've been watching a lot of tutorials about graphic design in Resolve, so I'm going to try to do some of that because, yeah, trying to film by myself, and then lately this week we've had unhealthy air quality where you're pretty much not supposed to go outside from any longer than you have to. It's been a challenge. August is not looking too much better in the sense of like smoke and wildfire stuff that we deal with here in South Idaho, but you know, we do what we can do. Been getting a lot more views on the YouTube. It seems like the Criterion Hall was real popular, and then my screen recorded Resolve videos seem to be somewhat popular, so yeah, I'm gonna try to do more of those in August. I'm gonna try to talk a little more about, I don't know, I was going to say theory, but like theory is not really the right thing. I've got so many books on like photography and videography and filmmaking and all that kind of stuff. But they talk a lot about like the image making, image. I don't know. Maybe I won't, because obviously I'm not super articulate about that. But hey, it's all in good fun. We're just doing this for fun. So let me know if there's anything you would like me to look into, do some research on, maybe expound upon, or just gab about for a while. So anyways, that is it for my Friday. Check out my new monthly film. It's going to be up later this afternoon. Yeah. And have a good weekend.